About it. I butcher this guy's last name every time. I don't know if it's Takei or Takai. George Takai, you know him, so it's Star Trek or whatever. We did a video about him not too long ago talking about his utter stupidity on whatever subject matter it was that he was talking about at the time. I don't remember. He has something else that he wants his Twitterverse to know. So all you guys that are Star Trek fans, he has something that he wants you guys to know. Let's look and let's listen in. Or watch, rather. George says, if you call yourself a fan of mine. So he prefaced it by saying that. If you're a fan of me. So to you George fans, you will get yourself fully vaccinated. Captain Sulu's orders. No excuses. All right. Well, so much to unpack there, huh? And proves a lot of people right about how a lot of the Hollywood types and people that have been a part of that Hollywood culture and do nothing but be mouthpieces for the authoritarian left. Now, some of you guys are the gaslighters, the hate people, the hate watchers is what I call you, that watch me. You're going to have a problem with what it is that I'm going to say about this, and that's fine. But I want to make it clear, and I will go ahead and shoot your argument to shit before you even have a chance to make it. See, the position isn't about being pro or anti-vax. Now, to them, anything is anti-vax, and I believe they updated their Webster not too long ago, updated their definition of what is considered anti-vax. And we're all anti-vax according to them. Anybody basically not falling over another human being to line up to get a jab, even if you're remotely skeptical of getting it, then you are an anti-vaxxer. So we're all anti-vaxxers, bros, according to these idiots. But there are people that watch me and that went the COVID vaccination route, and that's your business, right? My position had never been telling you not to get it. It was telling you that I wasn't going to fucking get it. And you do not obviously have any sort of right to force me or anybody else to get it. You can get it your damn self. And everybody else that doesn't get it will assume whatever risk they want to assume. If a vaccine works like you claim that it will work, it don't even matter. You're protected. But the layers in terms of what we have to discuss is how this is doing nothing but amplifying the simple fact that Hollywood just says whatever it is that the authoritarian left and generally the government in that regard wants you to believe and wants you to and they use their unfortunately their positions, be it playing characters that you guys know and love, to say that, to do that. And that's what perhaps sucks the most, because a lot of these people definitely over the last decade and some change, well, not even that, it's more before that, or excuse me, after that, hasn't been that extremely long. I know Donald Trump drove his ass crazy and drove a lot of these people crazy. Well, now politics is like they can't not talk about it. And Twitter, again, like we looked at now, it allows them to give that direct line of communication with their audience. So we don't have to see something like this being said buried in some interview for Entertainment Weekly or something. This is something that we get to see, just he posted it and bam, there it is. But a lot of these crazy people that have played people that you love are fucking crazy people and are showing themselves to be crazy people. And this is why I'm saying definitely Hollywood going forward. They'll never take any risk, and it's no balance in terms of their positions. None. Most people that are part of Hollywood are just playing ball for the sake of their careers. So whatever they know that the mainstream more so is saying, that's the position that they're going to have. If it changes, they'll change their positions right along with it. We talked about Anthony Mackie. You can look at interviews from him 7 years ago versus what we have right now, and it's like it's a fucking different guy. It's almost like the political position and the social political positions began to change. Now, it's easy for me to just write it off what it is that he's saying, which is like, okay, go fuck yourself. You played a fictional character, and you can't order me to do anything. Of course, we know that, but it reinforces so much, and that's the important thing to pick up from this, because I think a lot of people think that they're definitely their favorite guys would never do that. Like they would never like they actually believe this shit, and maybe some of them do. I guess I got to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I think it's more of what's politically and socially expedient. It's what's politically expedient, but you wonder why, and this is the last point that I wanted to make on this, because you've heard me make this point before. Why they like walk hand in hand with the authoritarian left is because there's a lot of connections there, and I'm not even talking about from a conspiracy standpoint. I encourage you look into things such as the Ad Council. Your taxpayer dollars in some cases goes to pay Hollywood. I don't think a lot of y'all knew that. What I mean by that is that Hollywood gets paid to advertise whatever the government fucking wants them to do. Y'all remember that video? We talked about it, where you had like all of these, I think it was AT&T properties that were wearing masks, right? So you had like Wonder Woman there on HBO. It was like, I think it's an HBO Max kind of oriented thing. And you had Neo from The Matrix. He has a mask and all this. And they're basically, all they did was basically CGI or whatever, put mask on them during their scenes. And people seem to forget that little Ad Council thing is down there. That didn't some shit they just did at the kindness of their hearts. Or rather, that's something that they just believed in. And they believed in it so much that these mega corporate entities just wanted to make sure they get the word out to save people's lives. No, they got fucking paid to do it. As simple as that. They got paid to do it, and they ain't turning down no money, especially last year. They ain't turning down no money. So they'll go wherever that goes, but they work together in tandem with them. So this is why I encourage you, very seldom, you'll get some people that don't think like them. You know what I'm saying? You know those people that are like, they're just different. That are in Hollywood. We've interviewed, for example, Nick Searcy on the channel, or rather on the show. We know that he's not one of these kind of leftists like them, and they hate him because of it. Those outliers. You might as well just expect your favorite actor, actress, and all that, if you've learned nothing else, fucking hates you and will say whatever the authoritarian left tells them to say. That's their position. You might as well bank on it. As a matter of fact, just assume that that's the case until they prove otherwise. That's a safer bet than acting as if they don't. And unfortunately, these people win awards. They've become a part of American culture. And all they're doing is utilizing their position to tell you how much they fucking hate you and to peddle whatever nonsense to try to, I don't know, in this case, make you feel bad for not getting the, jab and demand that because he played a fucking captain on Star Trek, demand that you get jabbed up. Fuck these people, man. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.